Hey everyone, Adrienne here from Sew PDF, and today I'm going to show you how to upcycle a sweater into a cozy pair of slippers. So this is a great way to reuse a sweater that might have a stain on it or some holes in it, or it's a great way to make a cozy memento from a loved one's sweater. My first pair was these ones made from my grandpa's sweater after he passed away a few years ago. The pattern I used was the Canmore Cuddle Boots by P Designs. And it comes in multiple heights, so those ones were the ankle boots, and then today I'm making the knee-high boots. And there's also an in-between height. This pattern is designed for stretchy fabrics, so if your sweater has little to no stretch, or the lining that you're using has little to no stretch, then I would recommend using the Rocky Mountain Slipper Boots pattern, which is also by P Designs, has all the same options, but it's designed for fabrics with little to no stretch. And I've put the links to both patterns in the description of this video. I like to use Sherpa for my lining. So this is a stretchy Sherpa. It stretches by 50%, which means it works just fine for the Canmore Cuddle Boots pattern. So for my version, I've reused the waistband from the actual sweater. But if you don't want to reuse the cuffs or the waistband from the actual sweater, then you can just cut all the pieces out of the sweater body and sew them as per usual. And there is a video tutorial for the regular steps of this pattern, and I'll link that in the description as well. So now I'm going to show you the changes that you would make if you do want to reuse the sweater cuffs or the waistband. So you want to lay out the boot top pattern piece so that the top of it is aligned with the seam between the sweater body and the cuffs or waistband. I used the waistband because the sleeves on this sweater weren't big enough for me to use the cuffs. So you're going to sew most of the steps as per usual. But you're going to skip the part where you sew the top of the boots together for now. So what you're going to do first is move on to sewing the sole, and you can use the enclosed seam sole method from the original tutorial, and it's much easier to do because in this version, because your tops aren't together yet, you don't need to leave a gap. You can just sew all the way around, but follow the instructions in the tutorial or the video tutorial as to what the order of layers are with the sole pieces in the middle. So once this is done, what you're gonna do is fold your lining right side out. So what you've got now is you've got the cuff from the original sweater, and then you've got your lining fabric, which is shorter because we don't have a cuff on that part. So then what you would do is you're gonna fold down by the seam allowance, so 3/8 of an inch or 1 centimeter. You're gonna fold down the lining and pin it to that seam between the cuff and waistband and the rest of the main fabric. Then you're going to hand sew the lining to that seam so that the stitches don't show from the outside. That's why we're doing it this way. You can use a ladder stitch for this, and if you're not familiar with hand sewing or with a ladder stitch in specific, there's a link in the description to a video of the ladder stitch for you. And that's it. Super easy sew to keep your feet warm during the winter, and even your legs if you're making the knee-high boots like me. Love to wear them over top of leggings. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more video tutorials, please subscribe.